Hello everyone, I am Shruti Sonavne and welcome to College Duniya's MBA channel. If you are a current MBA student or an MBA aspirant, then this is the place for you. Today we will cover things like SNAP entrance exam preparation, admission process to the Symbiosis Institutes, the placement and the campus life in the special series of student interviews. And today we have with us Vaadini from SIBM Pune. She is from the batch of 2022 to 24. And before we begin this video, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do it right now. So, hi Vaadini, I welcome you to this interview series of College Dunya.
Good evening and thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so Vaadini, can you just tell us about your profile, like where have you did your schooling and your work ex and your 12th UG, etc.
Right, so I completed my schooling from Mayur School, Noida. In my +2, I had humanities. And I completed my undergraduation in political science honors from Lady Shriram College for Women, Delhi University. I'm a fresher. I do not have any work experience. Right after my undergraduation, I started preparing for MBA and I gave SNAP, got a good percentile, and that got me into Symbiosis.
Amazing. So, as you said, you're a fresher. So, at what point did you understand that you want to do MBA and how did you start preparing for the entrance exams?
Right. So I'm actually the COVID batch in the undergraduation, right? I just gave my finals in 2022. So I was at home for a long time. And by the end of my second year, I was kind of wondering what I wanted to do next. As a political science graduate, you kind of study the political side of the country. And you don't really delve into the economic side of it and what it means to have a business, how do you grow the economy, and everything associated with that. So having studied the political side of it, I wanted to delve into the economic side of it. And that's when I started researching about MBA, what it entails, and what the program would look like, and talking to people about it. And I realized that I might be a good fit in the program. So that is what, and I think beginning of the third year is when I started preparing for MBA.
Okay. So what all entrance exams did you give, or you just appeared for SNAP?
I gave NMAT and I gave SNAP and I gave ZAT.
Okay. And when did you start preparing, and did you join any coaching classes or any institute for preparation of these exams?
As I said, I knew that I wanted to do an MBA at the start of my third year. But I finally started preparing for it in May of 2022. And that's when, May of 2021, I'm so really sorry, 2021. And that's when I really started preparing and looking for coaching. I joined the IMS Delhi Center, and they had a 3-month course, which I did. And the rest of it was self-study.
Okay. So, when you started preparing for SNAP, you were preparing for NMAT and other exams also. So, which all B school calls did you get? Was it only from Symbiosis, or you got any other calls also?
No, I actually cleared NMIMS Mumbai and other colleges of NMIMS and Symbiosis as well.
Okay.
And I got a call from ZAT Bhubaneswar as well, Xavier's Bhubaneswar.
Okay. So, Vaadini, why SIBM Pune over NMIMS Mumbai or any other colleges?
So, I have a long history with Symbiosis. I have friends who have studied in Symbiosis, of course, other courses. But I believe Symbiosis has always, whenever I researched for it, it has stood for integration of knowledge with ideals for me. And that I found that the curriculum and its pedagogy would develop me holistically. And I found that everything that it offered was something unique. It was a student-driven college that I really wanted to join. I wanted to be a part of college that would give me something to do. And the more I learned about Symbiosis, the more I believed that that would be the right place for me.
Okay. And what is the batch mix of the gender? Like, what is the gender mix in your batch? How many female are there in your batch, and what is the male composition?
I think the ratio is about 60-40.
Okay, and what is the ratio of work access to freshers of your batch?
75% of the students have work experience.
Okay, so how do you feel being in that 20% as a fresher?
initially when I started researching about MBA, I thought that it is very work experience oriented. But when I went to Symbiosis, I was pleasantly surprised to find people who were freshers as well. And honestly, there's a lot to learn from people who have said work experience. You learn from them not only subject-wise, but also the practicalities of doing an MBA, because they know firsthand what that knowledge, what it means to have that knowledge and how to apply it practically. So it wasn't that I felt like I was being cornered. Instead, I felt that I'm learning something more than what I know.
Amazing. So it is actually an advantage to be in that 25% of the batch, because you get to learn from the other 75, right? And what was your strategy to crack Snap?
I think first for me was identifying my strong points, right? So I knew that vocabulary is going to be my strong point. Any exam that I give, English is going to be my strong point, and that there are other avenues that I need to work on more. Having known that, that's how I divided my time and divided my strategy as well. I knew that I had to do English first, and after a while, I realized that I need to work on my quant. So that's what I started working on. I actually went back to class 8th and 9th for the maths. I started building up from the basics and started solving papers, started giving timed exams. And that's how I gained confidence over quant, because I knew that until I was confident with each and every section, I wasn't going to crack this.
Correct. So after you gave Snap and you got calls from the B schools, then what was the next step? Like if you want to enter into an SIBM Pune and you have completed your Snap, you got your call. So what is the ideal second step? Do you get a call for GDPI, VAT, or what are the steps?
So you get your email that you have been shortlisted, and after that you have to select the slot for the interview. Right? There are several slots, and it's first come first serve basis. As in when you select your slot, you select your slot, you appear for the GDPI award process is on the same day. You appear for it and you do your best, and that's about it. If you did well, both the scores of the weightages of both the scores, your Snap and the GDPI award is added, and then you get your final call from the college.
Okay, so what were the topic that you got in your VAT?
Actually, I have given a lot of written tests, so I don't exactly remember the topic that I got. But I can say that the WAT topics are generally very general knowledge oriented.
Okay.
They are something that everybody would know if they're reading the papers, and also just generally their opinions and thoughts about a topic. It can be a creative exercise as well, or it can just be an essay as well.
Okay. And how was your interview? I mean, tell us about your interview experience. How many panelists were there, and what all questions were asked to you?
So the panelists' strength depends on each panel that everybody gets. For me, I had 2 interviewers, and they were very warm. They were very welcoming. I personally believe that an interview and the interview just wants to get to know you. They want to know why you want to do this course, what have you done previously, how does it connect with this course, and how good of a fit you will be for the college. So my interview, since I'm a fresher, mostly revolve around those questions, plus a little bit of my past academics.
Okay. Did you also get questions from your graduation subjects?
Right, I did get a few questions about political science. So when you get the call, you are also supposed to write a few personal details about your academic history. Right, so in there you do write your passion, your the subjects you have written, any achievements that you have. So when you're writing those achievements, I did write about a research paper that I had written. So my questions mostly revolve around that.
Okay, amazing. And how long was your interview? Like, how many minutes did it go for?
Tentatively, my interview was about 15 to 20 minutes between that.
Amazing. So it was a very conversational and a normal, like stress-free
very
interview.
Conversational interview, nothing to be stressed about. They just want to know you, and they just want you to feel relaxed and give candid answers.
Amazing. So after you cleared the interviews and you got a final call from the college, so उसके बाद college join करने तक आपके पास कितना time होता है?
So I think this year, I think the dates have been quite early. We completed our interview. We were actually giving interviews during this time. The Feb end was the time that we were giving interviews, and we got the final call in mid-March. So by mid-March, everybody had gotten their calls, and the waitlist process was of course going on. But those who were in the first list got their calls in mid-March, and the college, we were told, would open tentatively in June.
So as you said that any aspirant will have 2 to 3 months in his or her hand before he or she joins the college. So what did you do in those 2 to 3 months, and what all things can an aspirant do before actually coming to the college?
Right. For me, the 2 to 3 months were very hectic. I was giving my final exams for my undergraduation. But I did brush up on the subjects that I knew were coming ahead in the MBA. So I did some classes on management accounting. But for anyone who has the time, I would suggest reading up on some books about what life at management can be, what all, and please know and try to talk to people about what subjects you would be studying. And if you're planning on joining Symbiosis for an MBA, please research about the specialization you would be choosing, because Symbiosis has, and that's what makes it unique, that you choose a specialization or your major in the first month itself. Right? So once you get to college, you won't really have a lot of time. Of course, you'll talk to your peers, but please do research about the main subjects that are offered and which one would you like to take as your specialization.
Correct. So now that you've already in the college and now you're living there since like many months, so how is life at SIBM Pune?
Life, the view at SIBM Pune is great. So you start off feeling really energetic. You wake up to these gorgeous skies and everything. And the induction program gives you a glimpse of what the industry is like. So you get going at a really fast pace. But what I can tell the aspirants is that MBA is hectic, and it does require some strength on your part. But everyone at every institute, I believe, is out there to help you. The seniors are out there to help you. Ask questions, be curious, and be prepared to give it your all. And I do believe that you will settle in, you will find your pace, and you will do great.
Amazing. So how does a routine day at SIBM look like?
A routine day at SIBM is at 7 a.m. You will be woken up by Vande Mataram that is played in the campus. And after that, you get ready, you have your breakfast, you have your classes scheduled. The normal working day for classes is till about 8:30 to 5, depending on what is your schedule like. After your classes, you might have some corporate sessions. And even during the day, you might have some corporate sessions if there are council-related work that we have. And of course, there is time to hang out with friends, to go to DC and have some chat or something. And then, of course, there's dinner, there's sitting at the city lights with friends. So it's very dynamic from day to day.
Correct. And how are the clubs, committees, and activities in the college? How many clubs do you have, and are they all active? How is club and activity or extracurricular life at SIBM?
Right. The extracurricular life at SIBM is booming. We are, as I said, we are a student-driven college. Every committee that is there at SIBM, so we have councils and we have SIGs. The SIGs are made up of the specialities that are offered, plus there are a few other SIGs as well, and the councils take care of the corporate engagements and other things as well. So every committee that you will be a part of will be truly run by you, right? From making content to marketing it to going to the administration, the logistics, everything will be assigned to each student. You will be making things happen in college, and the happiness that you get from that is unparalleled. yes, you'll be doing the work, but when you get the results, when you make, for example, the fest transcend happen at the end of it, the feeling is unparalleled. You will be making friends for life. You'll be working with a lot of people. You're going to be meeting a lot of people, and you'll be growing within the college.
Very true. Well said, actually. And networking is actually a very crucial and a very important part of MBA life. True. So, any student or any aspirant, before making a choice of which B school he or she must go to, they look at basic 3 things. And we all, before coming to MBA or starting our B school journey, we have looked at these 3 things, which are academics, the campus life and the extracurricular life, and of course placements. So how are placements at SIBM?
I believe the placement report for the summers and the final placement of this year is out, and SIBM has done really well again. Everybody at SIBM gets unique opportunities to interact with industry leaders, and that really helps them to sit for the summers and as well as the final placement process. The interaction between industry leaders as well as connecting with your seniors makes a person really equipped to handle the summers and the final process, which can be gruesome.
Correct. Amazing. So now I would like to ask my favorite question, and which is, tell us one interesting thing about SIBM that we as outsiders may not know. And it could be anything about your campus, or maybe your routine life, or maybe about the events that are happening, anything which is very interesting and we as outsiders do not know.
You've got me thinking. For someone who's on the inside and sees everything happen day to day, I have to really think what I didn't know before I joined the college. I think one thing that people really don't know about SIBM is the scale at which everything happens, right? Whether it's the councils and the process that happens when you give your interviews for the councils, or just the fest that happen. And everything that happens at Symbiosis is at very large scale. Even the rains that happen in Symbiosis are at very large scale.
So everything is very fast-paced.
Everything is very fast-paced. Please carry your umbrellas, guys, if you're coming to Symbiosis.
Amazing. So Vaadini, it was really very amazing talking to you, and not just information and not just insights, but you actually told aspirants that how should they prepare, what all things they need to do before MBA, and of course an interesting fact about SIBM that we as outsiders did not know. So this was actually a very fun session, and you told us a lot of things that we as an aspirant or anybody who wants to go to any B school should have known and should know. So it was amazing talking to you. And I'm very sure the viewers will definitely benefit from this information and your experience that you have shared with us. So the viewers, thank you guys for watching the video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe College Duniya MBA. Also, मुझे comment में बताओ कि कौन सा college मैं next cover करूँ. And till then, stay tuned.